So you're buying a Nintendo console. Chances are you want to play a game with your friends. Well, think. What's the most popular multiplayer series on a Nintendo system? Well, I can think of one. That game is... Yeah, there's that. But I was thinking more of...
Mario Kart 3!
You're not wrong, but I'm thinking of...
Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing!
That's multi-platform. Mario Kart, the most popular multiplayer series of Nintendo's IPs and the most successful of Mario spin-offs. It spawned 8 successful titles, a mobile title that no one plays, and even an attraction at Universal's Nintendo Land. It's even got its own action-packed sequence in the recent Super Mario Bros. Movie. Today we will be looking at the first game in the series, Super Mario Kart, released for the Super Nintendo in 1992. So since I don't own a copy of the original Super Nintendo cartridge at the moment, the versions I will be using for this review will be from the Switch Online and the Super NES Classic. Sorry you guys, but that's just the way things go. Plus you get better quality anyway. Trust me, as much as I prefer to be authentic, sometimes you just gotta be convenient. The title screen looks pretty cool, you got a bunch of scribbles everywhere. The playable roster consists of 8 characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Yoshi, Bowser, Koopa Troopa, and DK Jr.? Well, this game was released 2 years prior to Donkey Kong Country, where the market would be introduced to modern Donkey Kong as he appears today. Rare was still working on the game, so maybe that's why we didn't get regular old Donkey Kong. But Donkey Kong Jr. just seems a bit random. I honestly would have liked Boom Boom, you know, for some Mario 3 love. You can choose between 3 different cups: Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, and Star Cup. When beating all 3 cups at 100cc, you unlock a more difficult 150cc as well as a special cup. Each cup has 5 tracks, with most of them loosely based on Super Mario World: Donut Plains, Choco Island, and Bowser Castle. There's also Koopa Beach, Ghost Valley, Vanilla Lake, and most notably Mario Circuit. Now here's the thing, there's a grand total of 20 courses, but there are 8 types of courses with different variants, like 4 Mario circuits and 3 Bowser castles. Not a lot of variety, even if the track layouts are mostly different. Man, I know it's been like a long time since I played this game, but who in the development team thought it was a good idea to display 2 screens during single player mode? And this was way before the DS. This makes the most sense for 2-player obviously, as the second player can see what they're doing. But if you're playing single player, the bottom view is an overview map showing where you and the other racers are currently at. Now 5-year-old me growing up with this game didn't really think much about it, but now as an adult I can't help but wonder. My current stance on it is that it doesn't obstruct my view or anything, I just find it rather strange. But if anything, it's very helpful to show how far behind the other racers are, especially if one of them is carrying a star. You know, back then I remember how annoying Mario Kart Wii was with its rubber banding AI, but this game really does it a lot, especially if you make a lot of mistakes. You can also change the view of the bottom screen to different view modes. Not something I really bother with that much, but it's nice to have. Going to the controls, you can accelerate with the B button. When running over an item plate, oh yeah, I forgot they didn't have item boxes yet, you press the A button to use an item. As far as driving goes, well, I can maneuver in a straight line, but then there's the drifting. I'm sorry, but the drifting in this game sucks. You hold the shoulder buttons down, but even so, I always find myself sliding off the road like a drunk driver. I believe the trick here is to hit the shoulder button a second ahead before the turn, but it doesn't always work for me. Whenever I am off the road, I just hop forward to continue. I found the drifting handled much better in later entries. Here, not so much. And it doesn't help that the courses are all very narrow, not leaving a lot of room for errors. Although, I'll be honest, I had more trouble with the controls on the Switch Online version, but then when I tried it on the Super Nintendo Classic, I didn't have as much trouble. In fact, playing Super Mario Kart on a Super Nintendo controller, of which it was designed for, just felt right. With this controller, I got a better handling on the drift, and making sharp turns wasn't as bad as on a Pro controller. But it still didn't change the fact that it felt wonky in Super Mario Kart. Now the courses look very colorful and vibrant, I expect nothing less from the Super Nintendo's graphics, but a narrow experience is something I never want in a kart racing game. 2-player mode is where I think you'll get the most fun out of Super Mario Kart. It has an exclusive battle mode where you can duke each other out in a furious frenzy. I mean, it's not as competitive as battle mode in later games, but you get what I mean. Here you'll be finding yourself collecting items to attack the other player. Both players will have a total of 3 balls surrounding them. If a player gets hit, they lose a ball, and if they lose all balls, it's the end of the match. A lot of times we found ourselves hitting roadblocks, and maneuvering around them can be a bit of a pain. Super Mario Kart is a product of its time. It's the first game in the series where everything isn't quite refined yet. Drifting sucks throughout, and I don't think the controls are as good as I remembered. But it does have colorful presentation, and the multiplayer is still pretty fun. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos to come. I will see you guys later. Is Smash and Mario Party more popular than Mario Kart?